Times Square, with little context given as to how or why things are happening. You get killed, revive with superpowers, and from there, you're free to build your character as you see fit. Unfortunately, the character editor doesn't have a ton of options, but there are at least a couple of nods to anime characters that didn't make it into the roster. So you can make custom versions of characters like Kuwabara, Urahara, and Kurama, just to name a few. Or you can just do this. The point of a rush combo. You can also close the distance extremely quickly with either a high-speed dash tied to your mobility meter, or by simply tagging in your teammate, which facilitates a very fast pace to the action. Each character also comes with 4 special moves, performed by holding the right trigger and pressing one of the face buttons. Finding the right combination of rush attacks, heavy attacks, knowing when you can throw in an assist, and then knowing which special move to finish with is generally the way to find the big damage combo. Above all else, Jump Force is just lacking in polish. The load times are long, the frame rate in the most important cutscenes is terrible, there's no way to skip cutscenes, the animations outside of combat are just bad, and there's no English dub to round out the long list of relatively minor issues. But they all add up.
You'll be able to gain access to their signature moves, dubbed J-skills, and be able to add them to your own attack repertoire. Jump Force's story ultimately feels like a quick justification to bring together so many disparate heroes. With such a vast roster, it's perhaps understandable, but ultimately disappointing that the game rarely tries to do anything interesting with its characters, relying instead on "I've got to get stronger" tropes that anyone versed in these anime shows will be familiar with. Holding down L2 for too long engages a team attack, which you might not want to do at that point. Then there's R1, which is generally block, except, as the loading screen prompt tells you, press R1 and you can hit an enemy's attacks to dodge it, a feat I don't think occurred once for me during my playthrough. In fact, dodging and blocking is a frustration, with successful evasions feeling like flukes. It's almost excusable not to be able to avoid an awakening move, the game's ultra attacks, especially as they're devastating but never one-hit KOs. But when extracting yourself from just a volley of regular blows feels impossible, it begins to grind. We give it 3 stars.